Here we are up at the apiary again. I'm just going to check on a hive or two, and you can see the bees are going in with the pollen and they're quite active. The middle hive, hive B, is a bit slow at the moment. There were quite a few there just now, but I'm going to have a look in in hive B. Got the soup on. I want to just orientate the brood boxes. I might not do that. I'll see what it's like when I have a look in there. Quite a few bees going in this hive. Got lots of pollen on there. That yellow pollen is from the oilseed rape fields that are close by. Up at the same apiary, I've got a tree by the apiary, and you see I've got a lure box. I've got some a couple of frames in there, old frames, and some lemongrass oil, and there is actually a bee, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, flying around it now just investigating. I'll leave that there just in case I miss a swarm out of my apiary, which you do your best for this not to happen, but it does happen to all beekeepers now and again. You miss something and you lose a swarm. So we've got the nuke there just in case a swarm does decide to swarm, and they very often would go in there or actually underneath the box, and I would find them. Sometimes they go in the box, but it's better than losing them. Sometimes you can still lose them, but if you've got one of them near the apiary, you know, it's a second chance of catching a swarm. There are bees around it now, flying and walking on it, and that's been there for a few days, so it's interesting to them. This one here is a little bit low of store, so I'm feeding it just to help it get on its way. A little bit of feed in the early season. We've got a late starter. It does tend to speed them up a bit. So I'm just topping up the feed. See how they're getting on. It was only yesterday I put it there, and I thought I would check to see if they've taken it down. I'll show you in there to see what they've done since yesterday. They took about half an inch, so we shan't bother topping it up. As you can see, the bees, if I can focus in a bit, the bees are in there all queuing up, drinking it and taking it down, so I won't need to top that up. Right, we'll give these a little bit of a smoke. These have gone up in there. They only put them there yesterday. Then only put that on there yesterday, the super. I'll have a look to see whether or not I need to swap these two boxes over. That's pretty heavy. It's obviously got loads of straws in it. this is a case where the hive is actually honey bound because they've had so much stores for the winter they haven't left it all. So this is, but that's just empty and not a very good frame, but it's not taking up any space with honey, that's one thing. It's all stuck because of the haven't been opened, but that's nice and empty, so that's a good frame for them to fill up with eggs. I like that. And you've got honey bound, you don't want them. That's one that they could draw out, that's good. I think I'm going to put this on the top and they go up to it. Yep, that's empty. So all the eggs are probably in this one next to me. It's empty. Nectar in that one. Just clear off the little bit of cappings off of there, or race comb rather. Yeah. Now we're getting to obviously a brood here. Yeah. That's full of eggs and larvae, that frame. So that's fine. So we've got a good laying queen here. We've got eggs and larvae on all these frames. There we are, like that, you can see. Right, so we've got a bit of a decision to make. This one that I took off has got so much honey in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting this on the top. They migrate up here, the queen, make sure they fill this up. And then during the season I'm going to change some other frames out of that to, I've got some back at home actually, some frames I can spot where they got them full of honey. These bees are a little bit jittery on the comb. They're not walking slow and steady. They're jittery. Not over keen on that. This normally snaps, this one. It's quite well stuck normally to see, like that. You've got to be so careful on that. I try my hardest to do it slow. But they stick that one to the box so hard that does happen sometimes. It's annoyed them a bit. I time for the smoke, calm them down a bit. Let's have a look on this one. This is empty. Right, this is empty. Bit of pollen, not a lot. I'll put that there. And we've got pollen. It's a pollen flame. And we've got a brood there. We've got a brood there. It's full of brood, look. Just to show you again. And we can also see loads of pollen on the back legs of the bees. The frame is a bit dark, but it's still okay, still alright for use. Yeah, they all look okay to me, and there's no wing virus. I did test this for Varroa, this hive, and there was no Varroa at all in this hive. Over 6 days I did a test and there was nothing. Right, so looking at it, it's got plenty of room to expand, and there's stores in this one. And there's stores in this one, I think as well. Oh no. And what I'm going to do is leave it there. This is completely empty. I'm going to put that. I'm going to put that there next to them eggs. Now the queen will lay in that one. That's it. Was that full of? That was empty. That's it. Put this back in here. And they've got loads of that's the dummy board for that. Actually. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put right, now we've got honey and pollen there. We've got eggs and larvae there, eggs and larvae, empty frame to draw out, an open frame that's empty. Then we've got stores, you know, honey. So they've got a lot of resources there now, and room for the queen to lay up her eggs. Right, so that's that, isn't it? Now we're going to put the next box on. Try and get these bees off the edge here. I don't want to get too much of this propolis off because I like propolis. I think it's a good thing for the bees to have that on there. Right, so now we've got loads of empty frames here. We've got stores, they've got plenty of feed in there, and they've got plenty of room to grow. That's not going to swarm this now. It's in a good position to grow quite well. So now I'm going to put the queen excluder on, pull them bees back so they don't get squashed. Right, queen excluder on, honey super on. Now this hive isn't going anywhere for, I don't reckon, for about 4 weeks. I reckon, you know, I look in it every week, but that stopped it from swarming. It stopped, you know, it's given it loads of room to grow. So it's been quite beneficial to do it. It's obviously not so nice for bees to open them up. They would prefer you not to, I should think, but I've given it a great start to the season now by doing that. There we are. They'll soon settle down. They'll soon settle down and get used to that, and they'll be happy as anything. There we are. I've just come back. Well, I'm up at the apiary, but I've just gone to get in the car. My wife, my granddaughter and my daughter's up here, sorting the horses out, trimming them with the shears, getting the winter coat off the pony. There's my wife Lynn, she's doing the tail. Get that tail nice and clean, Lynn. Let's go around and have a look at the... See, that's a Frisian, the black one. Let's go around and have a look at the pony.
They're grooming each other.
They're grooming each other. There's Tina doing the pony clipping. I'll go in a bit with that.
Yeah. Inside.
Let's go see the pony.
Excuse me.
That's because it's Here you go, Lynn. You coming to see me?
No.
What's coming to see me? Yeah. Let's have a look what you're doing, Tina. Get up close to see what you're doing. Let's have a look at the shears.
So much hair.
Shearing that.
Let's get some more.
Put the fine oil on it first, just to make it fit better.
Yeah, to be honest, I think they've had enough.
Need resharpening.
Yeah.
That's just so that when you go out, don't get sweaty in it.
Yep.
Yeah, see, what a nice little pony that. You see him better now, look, yeah. Come back a bit. Yeah. So we'll get it in focus. Yeah, look at that.
Such a good pony.
What a nice little pony that is. That's Lynn's, my wife.
Eyes are half closed.
And the daughter rides the black one.
Look at the field, it's lovely. Look, John. There's a mole man in there.
The field's all been cleared by the mole man. So,
Stop it.
I like it here in this field. This is a smaller field. This one is only like that. Sort of smallish, I suppose you could say. But it's a nice pony. Max.
No, it's pretty heavy duty, but...
Yeah, he looks smart, doesn't he? You can see where he's been clipped.
Look.
Isn't it, Lynn?
It's nice as my personal groomer.
Hey, you like having the pony, isn't it? Do you like having John B. Man Saunders as well?